So Iwona, we set up IMD almost 10 years ago with a view to set up something different. And how do you see our journey so far?
Where do I start? I think the journey's been amazing. I think we've came a long way from a small department dealing with international matters at a different firm, small firm in Stockport, to a firm now dealing with cross-border issues and with our name being recognised not only locally but also nationally. I think we've been recognised by various institutions and received various nominations and been shortlisted for various awards. But yes, I think I can still see us transferring paper files from our firm in Stockport to Piccadilly 111. And when you compare that with very seamless movement to online remote working pretty much overnight when we were hit with the pandemic, it's just a different world, really. And I think you may agree that it's just because our team, we've performed even better during pandemic when we had to move everything and change everything, but the transition was really smooth and the team really pulled together. They always row in one direction, and I think we provide a really good platform for it. I think you will agree that the recruitment process and making sure that we've got the right members of the team in place is one thing, but it's also for us to provide platform for them to thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned transferring our files, and I still remember the photo we have from June 2012, I think, where Kieran Henry, to which we will be forever grateful, I suppose, for the chance we've been given, was helping us to put all the files on a trailer, and we're moving it from Stockport to Manchester. It was a couple of years before we went paperless, so yeah, it's quite a journey if you look back where we were, back then in 2012. So amazing.
Many firms talk about diversity, inclusion, and well-being in the workplace. But what do you think sets us apart?
So I probably should start from saying that diversity is just part of our DNA. It's just not only about kind of having a diverse team from many different backgrounds, and I'm not only talking about race, nationality, sexual orientation, age, which have such a fantastic team from diverse backgrounds. We celebrate each other's differences. It's all obviously about the values of respecting each other, openness, tolerance. I should probably also mention our business purpose: to connect diverse communities and help minorities thrive. And I think the big part in shaping our culture and promoting diversity and inclusion, the big part of it is our Diversity, Equality and Inclusion Committee that is leading many initiatives, both externally in terms of supporting various causes, but also internally. On our weekly Thursday meetings, our DI committee is hosting once a month. We had some fantastic speakers. We organize quizzes. We sometimes just watch the video in terms of raising awareness. So there's obviously lots of work that needs to be done as well, but we're doing really well, and big credit to our committee. And I think at the team we mentioned the mental health and well-being. Our mental health and well-being committee is leading the initiatives relating to raising awareness and also just talking openly about the mental health struggles, right? We have difficult job to be done, and it's always quite stressful. It's impacting our mental health, and we just really want to talk openly about this, both in one-to-one meetings, both during team meetings, and there are a number of initiatives obviously that we have taken and implemented to improve the work-life balance and mental health of our team. And I cannot Obviously, forget about the big one, which is the 4-day week that you implemented initially in your family department. But so tell me, how did you come up with the decision to implement 4-day week at 100% salary, and what impact it has had on the team?
Yeah, I think for me it's just one of the steps that we can take to help, because as you've mentioned, we are having quite a difficult job to do, and our clients do not come to us when they are happy. They come to us with their struggles, that quite often when we cannot distance them ourselves, we take on our shoulders to carry. So I think the 4-day week for me is just one little step we can take to help our team members to recharge. I remember when, before the implementation, I was at a point where it was really, really difficult for me to do it all, to raise the family, little family that we have, and commit myself fully to the work as a partner in the firm. And I refused to give up any of those because I believe that we can have it all. There are small adjustments or maybe big adjustments that have to be done, but it's doable. So yes, I was at a point where I was thinking something has to give in. Which way do I go? And I felt that there was always one day in a week where I wasn't as productive as I should be or could be. And I was thinking, is that not an answer to actually rest and recharge, to come back refreshed and then focus on your KPIs and goals? I remember when I spoke to my team and I asked them a question, because I couldn't really say that I think that it would be best for me to take a day off and you guys going to carry on. So when I said to them that I propose we will move on to 4-day week, they all thought that it's crazy and we're busy enough within 5 days, 4 days week isn't going to work. But as we know, it does work. Productivity was increased and the results went up, and I think if I've asked anyone from the team, and we obviously rolled it out to the firm, whether they want to go back, the answer would be no. There is so many benefits, and with the right focus on your commitments, your goals, your KPIs, you can definitely make it work. But you need the right team for it, and I think we've got that right team in place.
100%, the right team and the right culture, I would say. And yeah, I think, it's just absolutely amazing, having, when you had a trial, in the first 9 or 10 months, and the team genuinely recording 80% of the time, working 4 days a week, obviously at 100% salary, and genuinely that was actually 80% of hours recorded compared to the previous year, with the fee income growing by 22%, so 122% productivity on 80% of the time, which obviously, as you say, it's not only about reducing the hours, but thinking about this efficiency, thinking about technology that can be applied, standardization, automation, AI, and so on and so forth. But yeah, absolutely, the right people and the right culture.
I think innovation is one of the factors that we strongly believe in and we try to implement. And I think there is so many initiatives that we still have to explore and consider and introduce, but there is also so much that we've already done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think innovation is just one of those, it's definitely part of our culture and something that we try to promote, but also in a context, and not only in context of the 4-day week, right? The use of technology, standardization, automation, it's the way, the way forward to be able to be more productive. And I think, we always believe that it's about the output rather than input. It's not about where you work from, how you work, or what hours you work. It's about the results you achieve. And for us, it's about client satisfaction. It's about financial results, naturally, because as a firm we need to be profitable to survive and thrive. But yeah, there's definitely part of our culture, and the innovation plays a big part in it. And as I mentioned, it's not only about going from top down, but we obviously implemented innovation bonus, trying to encourage everyone from within the team that would come up with innovative tool or even method of working that would make our work or the department work more efficient. We want to reward it with a bonus, and at the back of it we had some wonderful initiatives, from the transcription software, through translation tools, through email standardization, and so on and so forth. So a number of programs that we implemented, obviously building on being paperless and having a state-of-the-art case management system. So yeah, as with everything, part of our culture is there's always room for improvement, and I'm sure we can improve on this one in the future as well.
4-day week, I suppose, is not the only initiative, and we have been quite successful with remote and flexible working. Can you share your views on it?
Yeah, in a way, I think when the COVID came, obviously everyone went to work remotely, but I can see we can see the trend of many law firms, moving back to hybrid working. I think that 3+2 seems to be the most popular model. And lots of firms are going back on this remote working flexibility. I think with us it's different, that we kind of decided to make it permanent, and there's no going back for us. And it has worked really, really well for us, because it's thinking about our team members. Some of our team members chose to relocate. Some of team members chose to relocate abroad as well, to be closer to their families. But also for us as a business, it's absolutely amazing, because now when we're recruiting, we recruit people from anywhere within the UK. We have amazing team in London, Yorkshire, not only Manchester, London, all over the UK. So I think that's the huge benefit for us, to be able to attract talent from all over the UK. But I think it's also important to mention that at the back of it, we managed to recruit some amazing people, from large, sometimes top 30, with experience in the top 30 law firms. They don't live in Manchester, London. They live outside London, outside Manchester, and we managed to attract them. That's obviously at the back of all the initiatives we have. So it's a win-win, really. And I think definitely for us, the remote working is here to stay.
Absolutely, and I think it's a decision that we made. We empowered every individual to make a decision whether they want to come to the office or whether they want to work from home. But it wouldn't work, again, without commitments of our team members. And you can absolutely see how everyone is trying to think, how do we keep the engagement of the team? How do we make sure that we stay connected? Yeah. And there is a number of initiatives that were undertaken by our committees, by members of the team, to make sure that we compensate for the downsides of not being in the same room. So coming up with a co-working space online where people can work alongside and ask questions or listen to other people talking about cases that they don't themselves run. Also, whether it's online or whether we meet somewhere halfway between London and Manchester for a hike or any other social initiative, it's absolutely refreshing. It helps us to keep the team engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just having this structure, from one-to-one meetings, regular one-to-one meetings, having the weekly team meetings, or sometimes, depending on the department, there may be daily, having variety of the social events, the committee engagement, as you said, the remote co-working space, and I think it's amazing because, sometimes when we interview the candidates, there are people who naturally thrive within people environment. And we had quite a few people joining us who were kind of, okay, well, I like you, I like the firm, but, not quite sure about the remote working aspect, and yet we do get a feedback that they're super comfortable with the way it is.
Absolutely. You can only judge by the feedback that you receive. And recently, a team member who joined us recently, Ant, was one of the people thriving in an office environment, said that she feels like she's been with us for years, and she absolutely feels like she's settled well and she's part of the team.
Yeah.
So I think it's
it's about for creating the right environment and kind of looking for a way we can kind of compensate. And obviously it's about the choice, right? You know, everyone, you know, we have the office in London, we have office in Manchester. You know, people do join together and come to the London office. Same in the Manchester office. So I think it's also with the remote working is very much based on trust, you know, and that's our culture is also based on trust. You know, we trust people, we give people flexibility, and they do deliver some amazing result, and we have a happy client. So yes, it's part of who we are. So staff retention is definitely a big challenge for many law firms. So why do you think people choose to stay with IMD Solicitors?
I think we've had that conversation a while ago where we were looking at the numbers, and it turns out that for the last 2.5 years we've got 100% voluntary staff retention. And I was asking you, is that a lot? That just seems to me like, you know, it should be this way. Sounds obvious. We've got amazing team. We've got people that are with us for 10 or 5 years. But what are the industry standards? And you have mentioned that sometimes it's 20% and not much more than that. So I think that this proves that our approach to culture and making sure that everyone is recognized, that we promote from within the team, that we invest in our team members to help with education, to help with qualifications, but also that our recruitment process works, I think, to start with, because when you focus on the what matters most for you when you're adding a new member of the team, and when that person joins and it's the right decision that was made, it's then so much easier to make sure that they stay on board, they stay engaged, and with opportunities, but also with a promise that they don't have to sacrifice their lives, their hobbies, their families, and we can do it all. When you deliver on those promises and you put your team members at the center of your attention, they will put our clients at the center of their attention. And I think it's just been amazing 2.5 years, I suppose.
It's been absolutely amazing journey so far.
Let's talk about recognition. We have received several awards, but what do you think they say about our firm?
Yeah, it's a big topic for us because obviously, you know, we've only been around as a law firm for 10 years. We'll have 10th anniversary, so in November. So we had to put our name on a map and build our reputation. And yeah, the last 2 3 years have been fantastic for us in terms of these external recognitions. So obviously we invested lots of time and resources in terms of building the foundations, but wanted to get recognized. And I think when we look back at the last 2 3 years, we had some 26 plus now probably different awards, nominations or awards or recognitions. And I think the one that really, you know, if I have to pick 2 or 3 that's really important, I would probably say the Sunday Times Best Places to Work. That's kind of acknowledging, and maybe this together with LexisNexis Wellbeing Award, that's kind of acknowledging what we're doing as the workplace, as an employer, supporting our team, and on the recognition in terms of recognizing our expertise. I would definitely say, you know, being included for the first time in the Legal 500 ranking. So we made our, obviously, you know, we're making our way up the ladder, just starting, so making our first application recently. So being included in the Legal 500 in terms of expertise is something absolutely fantastic, and hopefully, this will continue. And I have to mention and congratulate you and both of us, our recent Managing Partner of the Year award. So congratulations, Iwona, on
Thank
winning.
you, and I think it's thanks to your stubbornness, I suppose, because you've refused to withdraw the submission, because there is two of us and not just one managing partner, and you said that we contributed to the success together and we want to be considered jointly, which was against the rules. But again, you stood your ground, and it proved a success. So well done.
Yeah, it's a joint effort. We can't really differentiate. So yeah, congratulations to us. So it's been a fantastic journey so far, and we have achieved so much as a team. And where do you see us going in the next 5-10 years?
So I definitely would want to avoid putting any numbers to our success. I don't think it is going to be about the number of team members, number of partners, or our turnover. I would like to think that it will be about the services that we provide and about the change that we're trying to initiate in the legal industry. And with that, I hope that we will be the firm to go for any cross-border matters. And I can tell that the quality of cases that we're dealing with and the expertise of our employees is growing. But also, as I have mentioned previously, I think you can have it all. You do not have to sacrifice your family and your life to have happy clients and to meet your KPIs. We cannot just leave our lives behind the doors of the office. We can succeed with small adjustments, and I believe that we can thrive. We don't have to glorify burnouts. We don't have to have people worried about the targets. They are achievable if they are set correctly, and I hope that we can lead the way in the legal industry to see through the change.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can inspire.
Sorry, Marcin. Go on.
No, absolutely. I think we're definitely setting new standards, and I would hope that we can inspire others. Initiatives like a 4-day work week. I think that's the future of working. Whether it take another 3 years, 5, 10, 15 years, I think with the progress of technology and AI, it's just inevitable. So I think the sooner people realize, the better, and they'll be ahead of the curve, and I hope we can lead the way.
Absolutely, I think it's about passing of those benefits to clients and to your team members, because when we look at the legal industry years ago, we didn't have all those tools available to us. Yeah. We weren't able to deal as efficiently with drafting, with instructions taken, etc. Preparation of cases. So I think we deserve that this is recognized and then put into practice to give back to team members in terms of time that they can enjoy with their families.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think clients are always in the center. And our client satisfaction since implementing the 4-day week has actually increased. So we always try to make it work the way that client service actually improves, and we can achieve better results, having better, more productive team.
Yeah, I don't think the clients are interested how many days a week do you work. They're interested in their case, their results, your availability, the service. They don't care how many days you work or how many hours you put in. They want the job to be done.
Yeah. Amazing, yeah. It's been exciting journey so far, and I very much look forward to the next 5, 10 and 15 years, and can't wait to see what happens.